Christy Ruffner here, and wanted to talk to you briefly about a few things. When I started online, gosh, it's probably been at least 13 years ago, I started out as a worm farmer. And I don't know if you're familiar with what worms do in our environment, but it's nature's way of dealing with our crap, our waste. And it's really fascinating. And if you'd like to get into a discussion about that, I do have a site and a page. Vermiculture Northwest is my business name, and it's still, even though I'm not active at this time with my worm farming, I still have had, over 10 years of experience of actual hands-on worm farming. So lots of people still out there looking for advice, and I like to share. I actually even have a YouTube channel that has a lot of worming videos on it that people are still enjoying to this day. So anyway, the main reason why I bring that up is because with worm farming just sort of naturally goes hand in hand with gardening, organic gardening, please. Because when the worm eats the decomposing organic matter, it creates bacteria and then poops it. And what we do as organic gardeners is we use this poop, this worm poop, to make a tea out of. And then we use that tea to spray on the plant surfaces to combat disease and pests. And the whole idea behind it is that you cover the surface of this plant with all of these beneficial bacteria, and because there's so much in this tea, there's no room for any of the bad guys. And so the purpose behind that idea is that every leader in this industry, one of the first things out of their mouth is to read and to listen to audio. And the purpose behind that is to put positive thoughts in our brain, and the more positive thoughts that we have in our brain, the less room we have for negativity. And so I was thinking this morning about life-changing events and what happens to us when we attract a life-changing event into our lives. And it works from the inside out. It begins as a spark in our brain. And here again, this reading material and this audio material acts as fodder, acts like the flint rubbing against the stone to create that spark, these thoughts that generate aha moments, or just create that spark that starts that chain reaction, that starts that changing within us. And the thing to remember, though, is that in the beginning, this is all on the inside. It's all inside where you can't see really what's going on. You can feel it, but you can't see any real results yet. And what happens is so many of us get discouraged because we're not seeing those results yet. We come in to the experience with these expectations that it's going to happen at a certain rate, and that certain things are going to manifest in our lives that's going to show us that we're making some kind of progress with this big life-changing event. And oftentimes there's just a little bit more that needs to happen inside before we see that happen. And we see that kind of thing a lot in nature with volcanoes, or a germinating seed, or a butterfly. going through a metamorphosis. And so what happens, though, because humans are different than nature, and that difference being that nature doesn't know about quitting. It doesn't have a choice to quit. Humans have a choice. Humans have a choice to quit. Nature doesn't. Nature just does what they're meant to do. The volcano erupts. The germinating seed breaks through the hard crust of the soil. The butterfly beats its way out of the cocoon and spreads its wings to the drying sun so that it can fly. But all too often, because we don't see the results that we think we should be seeing, we'll quit. We'll quit before we erupt into that new human being that we're becoming. We'll quit before we break through and start growing and showing that life that we've been creating underneath. We'll quit before we break out of our old skin and become that new person. And so I just want to say, don't quit. Don't make that choice. Don't stop 3 feet from gold. Keep going until you become the person that you're meant to be. And with that, this is Christy B. Jammin, out.